2 in the afternoon, the house is silent. You should be relaxing in your armchair, but instead, that familiar feeling appears, as if something is pressing down on your chest from the inside. It doesn't hurt, but it's uncomfortable. It's like having an invisible weight that won't budge. Your mind, which should be resting, seems to have forgotten how. Thoughts come and go. One pulls the other in an endless chain. You try to focus on the television, but realize you're not really watching. You're just there, physically present, but your head is spinning in circles. It's frustrating, isn't it? You've always been a calm person. Now, even in the calmest moments, it's as if there's a restless energy circulating inside you, searching for an outlet it never finds. Perhaps you've noticed how this inner turmoil doesn't choose a specific time to appear. It could be during lunch, when you should be enjoying your meal, or while watching a show you've always loved. Sometimes, even during pleasant conversations with loved ones. This feeling of a racing mind combined with chest tension creates a constant state of almost discomfort. Not pain, not illness, but not well-being either. Over the years, I've observed that there are very specific gestures, simple as breathing differently or positioning your hands in a certain way, that can interrupt this cycle in a matter of minutes. It's amazing how techniques that fit in the palm of your hand can restore that feeling of being at home within your own body. The interesting thing is that these practices work precisely because they speak directly to the nervous system in a language it understands and accepts. If you recognize this combination of a tight chest and a racing mind, comment yes. Let's build a space of calm and less judgment together. If you've been feeling that tightness in your chest that won't go away, or waking up with a racing heart and an unsettling feeling, know that these signs aren't just getting older or something to ignore. They're a warning from your body and mind, asking for attention. Often these symptoms indicate something deeper is happening, a silent worry that slowly creeps in, even when we can't pinpoint the exact cause. It's common to think that these sensations are part of natural aging, but the truth is that the bodies of the more experienced can become more sensitive to stimuli that generate persistent tension. The mind, which has accumulated so many years of history, can enter a cycle of constant alert, as if always expecting the worst, even when danger isn't present. This creates a state where the body reacts as if it were in a stressful situation, even when everything around it is calm. Imagine that your nervous system is like an old radio, which sometimes picks up interference and starts playing a station that doesn't exist, a noise that confuses the listener. It's this internal noise that generates the tightness in the chest, shortness of breath, and unexpected fatigue. Your body is trying to tell you it's tired of this false alarm, but it hasn't yet learned to turn it off on its own. Your mind and body are currently disconnected, each overreacting to a signal that should be simple. But the good news is that there's a way to regain control, to calm this internal turmoil, and transform this agitation into tranquility. You can find ways to calm this alarm, bringing back the lightness and comfort you deserve. If you identify with this, stay with me until the end, because I'll show you these simple techniques that can make all the difference in your daily life. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any valuable tips. Type 1 in the comments if you've been through something similar, or 5 if you want to clarify even more what you're feeling. Let's understand and better manage this phase of life together. When the body subtly warns that something isn't right, it's an invitation to listen carefully and attentively. That discomfort that seems to grip the chest, the mind that won't slow down, are signs that it's time to offer a moment of pause and acceptance. A simple gesture, which can be done in just 30 seconds, is the first step toward this change. Imagine a gentle movement that helps release accumulated tension, bringing a feeling of lightness and renewal. This small adjustment doesn't promise to solve everything at once, but it's the true beginning of a relief that the body welcomes. With it, it's possible to feel an opening, a space where the internal weight begins to lessen, as if a knot were slowly unraveling. Mental health experts with years of experience caring for mature individuals recognize the value of this type of practice. They observe that this brief bodily pause promotes the circulation of calm, reducing that constant noise that is so tiring. It's a gesture that creates a meeting point between body and mind, a moment to reconnect with yourself. Have you experienced something like this today? Write in the comments, "I'm going to take care of myself from now on." Sharing this simple decision can inspire others to also start listening to themselves more lovingly. Immediately after this brief adjustment, it's common to notice a lightness that previously seemed distant, as if the body has found a silent embrace. This immediate welcome strengthens autonomy, bringing a sense of comfort that lasts throughout the day. This first step is like the awakening of a secret garden within us, where each opening leaf represents a reconnection with our own body. Gradually, this internal landscape blossoms, bringing peace and harmony to the restless mind. You begin to notice a slight shift, as if a small space of tranquility has emerged between hectic moments. Perhaps your heart doesn't pound as intensely, or your breathing becomes more even, almost like a gentle breeze passing through your chest. At night, sleep may arrive with fewer jolts, allowing for a deeper, more restorative rest. This subtle, yet subtle relief is a true sign that your body is beginning to cooperate, offering a gentle response to the care and attention you've been giving yourself. It's crucial to recognize that these small transformations are significant victories. Every moment your mind slows down, even for a short time, is a step away from constant wear and tear. This progress, though gradual, reflects your respect for your own rhythm and the patience you have with this journey. It's as if your body is whispering a silent thank you, a confirmation that the embrace of your emotions and the simple gesture of relieving tension are being understood and welcomed from within. Imagine this connection as an intimate dialogue between you and your body, a silent pact where mutual understanding flourishes. It's as if your body is saying, "I'm here, ready to walk beside you when you listen to me with care." This partnership strengthens trust, restoring balance and bringing a sense of harmony you might not even have realized was possible. Now, I want to hear from you. Press 1 if you've already noticed some improvement, even if small, or 5 if you feel like you're still at the beginning of this journey. Your comment is very important, as it helps create a support network for everyone seeking this same relief. And if this content brought clarity or comfort to your day, subscribe to the channel. Each week we'll continue walking together, strengthening this connection and spreading tranquility. Your subscription makes a difference, helping this message reach more people who also deserve to find serenity. Feel this lightness growing within you, like the first ray of sunshine after a dark night. In the next step, we'll deepen this connection, exploring techniques that enhance this effect and bring even more serenity to your days. Many older adults experience that uncomfortable feeling of restlessness every day, a tightness in the chest that refuses to go away, and a mind that seems to race without restraint. It's common to attribute these signs to aging itself, as if they were a part of life. However, there's a silent factor that often goes unnoticed, and that, in fact, may be amplifying this emotional discomfort without us even realizing it. Imagine a clock that's set incorrectly every morning, making the time seem always fast or slow. This is how the body's natural cycle works when certain daily habits interfere with the delicate balance between rest and wakefulness. A very common mistake among older adults is excessive exposure to light and electronic stimuli before bed. Whether it's the television on in the bedroom, the intense brightness of a cell phone, or the white light in rooms that don't respect the natural rhythm of the day, all of this continually stimulates the nervous system. This practice keeps the brain on alert, as if it were always waiting for an important event that never arrives, preventing it from completely shutting down and allowing the deep rest the body so desperately needs. When this overload occurs, the body releases stress hormones, such as cortisol, at levels that hinder relaxation and recovery during the night. It's as if a small internal siren is gently blaring, keeping the body in a constant state of vigilance. This condition can manifest as a confused awakening, that feeling of having slept little even after hours in bed, as well as a palpable discomfort in the chest and startles at simple noises. The mind races, making it difficult to connect with moments of calm, and over time, physical and emotional exhaustion becomes evident. It's important to understand that this difficulty isn't the result of a personal failing or inevitable aging. Many have never received guidance on how these everyday stimuli profoundly affect the body and mind, making this cycle invisible and difficult to break. Recognizing that this silent overload can be present is a fundamental step in welcoming these symptoms with kindness and understanding. What if that restlessness that seems to intensify at the end of the day is actually the echo of small internal battles that the body fights to maintain a delicate and almost imperceptible balance? You wake up feeling a weight less on your chest, your mind seems calmer. For a moment, a sense of calm prevails. But does this momentary improvement mean the restlessness is gone for good? This illusion of relief is common, but dangerous. It's like stepping into a silent forest. The noise has ceased, but hidden roots can still trip you up. A moment of peace doesn't guarantee safe ground. Tension lingers beneath the surface, ready to resurface at any sign. In reality, the body and mind live in a constant cycle. When stress subsides, the breathing rate slows, the heart rate calms, and everything seems normal. However, unresolved emotional triggers remain active and brain chemistry can fluctuate. It's like a boat encountering a temporary calm before facing another wave. This alternation between well-being and discomfort is a natural part of the process. Understanding that these ups and downs don't indicate failure is crucial. Relapses aren't mistakes, but signs that the body is still learning to trust change. Your body needs repetition and patience, not a quick victory. Each moment of serenity is an invitation to continue, not an end point. Sometimes, the silence of symptoms doesn't mean the internal conflict has been resolved. It simply offers an opportunity, a quiet space, for you to choose to act differently before the restlessness returns. It's in this interval that true transformation begins. Even when the feeling of tightness subsides, many older adults remain trapped in a silent pattern that blocks full recovery. This subtle behavior, such as avoiding gentle movements before bed, keeps the body on constant alert, even when it seems comfortable or necessary for self-protection. Clinically, this avoidance prolongs the activation of the sympathetic nervous system, hindering the release of stress hormones and preventing the body from reestablishing its natural balance. Imagine your body as a garden whose soil needs to be turned for the seeds to germinate. If the soil remains rigid and untouched, the roots cannot expand and life cannot flourish. This invisible pattern, although it may seem like a safe haven from discomfort, ends up generating an internal cycle of tension that perpetuates itself. It's common to feel fear or doubt at the idea of changing this routine, as if any new step could trigger more suffering. Don't blame yourself for this. Your body has learned to create this barrier to defend itself, a natural response to the unknown. Transformation, however, begins when we recognize that conscious and gentle movement is the path to dissolving this internal rigidity. Imagine if, instead of avoiding discomfort, you could teach your body to trust each new gesture, preparing it for true balance. This possibility opens a door yet little explored, inviting an essential next step toward the serenity you seek. Comfort begins to set in, bringing hope and a breath of calm. However, it is at this delicate moment that a new, silent, emotional tension arises, which can ruin everything. Many older adults feel that improvement is definitive and end up relaxing the vigilance that helped them move forward. This is the mistake of premature trust. It's common to reduce attention to the body's small messages, Return to habits that previously caused restlessness and underestimate the importance of gentle movements and routines that promote balance. It's like coming out of a cold and immediately exposing yourself to the cold wind. The body is still vulnerable, even when the symptoms seem to have disappeared. This oversight can reactivate a racing mind and a feeling of tightness in the chest, creating a frustrating cycle. Feeling discouraged in the face of a relapse is natural and understandable. However, it's crucial to understand that the momentary absence of discomfort doesn't represent a definitive cure, but rather an invitation to strengthen your routine of attention and self-care. Your body is showing you a gap, a signal that it's not time to let your guard down. What you choose to do now will directly influence the next phases of this journey. This moment should be seen as an opportunity to cultivate active prevention. Imagine a wound that has just closed. It may appear healed, but the bandage still protects tissue that remains sensitive. The same is true of your nervous system. It needs constant care to consolidate the serenity it has achieved and prevent old patterns from reoccurring. This is precisely where the line between a temporary improvement and true transformation begins to be defined. Recognizing this stage is essential to maintaining a firm and lasting path to recovery, preparing your body and mind for the next step toward complete balance. If you've made it this far, it's because you've chosen to listen to what many ignore, the subtle signals your body sends before any warning cry. This journey we've taken together has already begun to transform silent discomfort into an invitation to care. Imagine that this emotional pressure you feel isn't a punishment, but a watchful messenger. Like a bell that rings not to scare, but to awaken something that needs attention, this discomfort is a call to reorganize your inner life and create space for calm to flourish. Now, the true power lies in how you choose to act in moments of serenity. What you do when your body feels calm is what will build the protective barrier against the return of the disturbing mental pattern. With lightness and awareness, transform these days into fertile ground for balance, cultivating habits that sustain your well-being. If you feel ready for this transformation, comment "calm" and share this desire for a gentle rebirth. And tell me, press 1 if you've already realized this discomfort was trying to teach you something, or 5 if you're still struggling to understand what it means to you. Sometimes a gentle gesture is enough to restore your entire body to trust in the silence that emerges after the storm. You began this journey perhaps with a tight chest and a restless mind, enveloped by a seemingly endless weariness. Today, here, your gaze reveals itself softer, charged with new hope, an invitation to look within with kindness and patience. Your body whispers an ancient language, which you are now beginning to understand. Relief lies not in quick fixes or magic formulas, but in attentive and constant listening to what pulses within you. There is no transformation without presence. What your body has always asked for is partnership, a silent dialogue where the movement of breath and the touch of consciousness become faithful allies. Just like the seed that breaks through the soil after winter, your body also finds the strength to be reborn. Each gesture of care is a light that illuminates the path, a delicate dance between the past that releases and the future that opens. The serenity you cultivate today is the fertile soil for a new beginning, the silent promise that it is possible to walk lightly, even after internal storms. If this message touched your heart, share it with those who also seek a breath of calm and connection. And if you wish to continue this journey of presence and care, allow yourself to follow along in this space where each step is welcomed with respect and tenderness. You are not alone.